Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here. We are at GIA headquarters, the Gaming Intelligence Agency, and me and the agents have been out in the field here recently. We have just been blasting down NPCs out here. But today, we have a special guest that we've apprehended that we're going to throw into the box for a little bit of interrogation and get his take on how he will rate some of the top 15 games here that are NFT enabled in the Web3 industry. Please welcome to the channel, Yellow Panther. What is going on, Yellow Panther? Good to have you on the channel.
Hey, Stash.
GM?
Oh, GM.
Ice cream? I heard you like ice cream.
Ice cream.
All right,
what's
I
up,
can't
guys?
believe this has happened. What is going on here? Everyone has turned into a freaking NPC. I can't stand it anymore.
I'm back. I'm just messing with you, brother.
All right.
How are you?
For a second there, man, I was like, we're gonna have to take another NPC out, me and the agents. But I'm glad that we got Yellow Panther, the real Yellow Panther back. How you doing today, man? Thanks for joining us here. I mean, I guess, you know, maybe you didn't have much of a choice. We got you in the box here for an interrogation. I'm throwing the big questions to you. We're gonna come to you and we're going to ask you about 15 popular NFT games and where you're gonna rate them in a tier list today. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, man. I'm ready. You know, when Agent Stash gives me a mission, I'll do my best to accomplish that mission. Yep. Let's do it.
I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Yeah, we may have to make you an agent after all.
Let's go.
All right, let's go to it. We're gonna go to the list here and get right into these games. And you know, it's funny because you know, okay, first off, before we jump to it, everyone always asks me every time we post these tier lists. They think it's sponsored. It's just all a bunch of people paying you to say all this stuff. This is not sponsored. Nobody is paid to be here. Yellow Panther is not being paid to be here. I'm not being paid. We're just doing this for fun, man. We just have a good time hanging out.
Yeah, we're just making content, man. Great content.
Yeah. Number two, people always complain, why isn't my game on the list, Stash? You're sleeping on this game, Stash. Why is it on the list? Look, man, we can only do so many in one go. I rotate them out all the time. So today we're gonna have some new games versus what we had last time, and that's just how we do it. So let's go. Okay, here we are. Tier list featured, and we're going to, you know, we're going to start kind of how we always do is we're just going to kind of, okay, quickly looking at all these logos, do you recognize or not recognize these games?
Yes, I recognize all of them.
Every single one?
Maybe the second one towards the left. I'm not sure what that logo is.
Okay, we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Maybe you can teach me about it.
Or maybe you'll have to teach me once you know who it is, because maybe I think you already know this game. You just don't know the logo.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
All right, let's jump into it. Start from the front. We're gonna go front to back, side to side. What do you think about Alien Worlds? Were you ever involved in Alien Worlds? Have you checked it out at all?
I checked it out so I found out about it on that radar first. There's so many wallets, active wallet, quote unquote users.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a game, so I'm gonna give it a C myself. You know.
Go and see. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can see that. You know, funny enough, you know, Alien Worlds has been around for a long time, as we kind of know, but they just haven't done anything. I was actually, when they first got started, like this was in, you know, 2019, I think, 2019-ish. And I was like, oh man, they got something here. They could do something with this, and they just really never have.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they didn't reach out to any of us as well, because they're kind of early, right? Way before Axie as well. I mean, around the same time as Axie, so we'll see. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you know, at this point, I might personally put them in the wrecked category. But like I said, I was bullish on Alien Wars for a little while. They just didn't.
I mean,
they didn't get there.
To be fair, I haven't tried the game, so I can't give them a wreck. So I have to give it a C.
I feel that. That's cautious of you. Cautious.
Yes.
Sometimes I just go for it, but you're not missing much when it comes to gameplay.
Yeah, I did look at some of their gameplay, and there's just so many cards and stuff like that. I didn't want to bother because I'm already looking at parallel. I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many.
Yeah, totally different, style of game for sure. All right, let's move along. What do you think about the Walking Dead Empires? This is a game from Gala Games,
Oh,
and it's getting ready for another playtest. They've been doing a couple playtests. Very mobile-focused type of game, even though it's not
yeah.
out on mobile yet because it's still in early development. What do you think about the Walking Dead Empires?
I would give it a B, but what about
Still in
you?
B. Okay. Have you played this game at all? What do you feel
Yeah,
about
I played it, but I don't know, it didn't really hook me, you
it?
know. Maybe the genre is not speaking to me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a pretty good game, I would say. And
Okay,
the
two
fact that
questions
it's
then.
under. Mhm.
Two questions on it. Are you a mobile game fan? Do you like mobile games?
I am.
Okay.
I used to play. So I started like PC, and then I play some mobile. It's like a phase, you know. It's like a phase. Have you played on mobile?
I don't do a lot of mobile games. I don't. I really don't, man.
Right. So that in Asia is pretty famous to play on mobile
Yeah.
because it's just much more accessible, and
Mhm.
you know it's much more friendlier in terms of gameplay and stuff like that. So people actually like to play mobile games in Asia. So the fact that Gala Games are targeting that is very good in my
Yeah.
opinion. So
No,
props to
I
them.
mean, I agree. I think, we know this with actual data. We know the actual data is that, yes, mobile gaming is the quickest and largest gaming, kind of subset here, right? When you talk about, okay, well, do you play on mobile? Do you play on PC? Are you a console gamer? Mobile is huge. So that's great. Yeah, and just me personally, I'm just not a big mobile player. And maybe just because I'm always close to my office, I'm always here at the office and we have all the things. I'm always on the
Yeah,
PC. So
you're
I think
right.
that would make sense. But number two question on this, are you a Walking Dead fan? Do you like the show or the comic book
I
series?
am. I am. I actually don't really like a lot of zombie shows because it's not so real. But Walking Dead was one of the exception that made me like zombie series, zombie dramas.
Yeah, it's great. I've always been a fan too. So, all right. I mean, that's a solid B. I think that that's a great place to put that game. I would probably place it around that too. I think that it definitely has a good chance to do well on mobile with the fact that it has great IP and like we said, talk about mobile being big,
I agree.
mobile being big. All right, moving on. All right, this one right here that you said you didn't know. This guy.
Yeah.
This is
What's
this
it?
is Ardina. Ardina.
Ah. Oh. Can I put
How do you
them
feel about
in the?
Ardina?
Oh shit! Can I say this? I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
can
of
say
course you
this.
can. You can say anything on my show.
Okay. C. C. I'll
Go and
put
see.
C. Yeah.
Wait. Why,
What's?
why would you think you couldn't say C? Wait, there was something else you were gonna say. Come on, come with
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Don't make me bring out the torture tools.
I can't say it. I can't.
I'm gonna take. I'm going for the nails. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Don't. All right.
It's
What
not
were you
my
gonna say?
genre of game, man. It's not my genre of game.
Not your genre.
Yeah. Is that fair? Is that?
But you play.
I
But you
mean,
play. I mean, why couldn't you say that? Like, oh, it's not my genre, guy. I know you got something else in there, but that's okay. We won't force it out too much.
yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
played the game, right? Like, what do you think about it?
yeah. I played the game. It's all right. Like I said, the reason why I'll put games in C category is it didn't really hook me enough to play it long hours or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
yeah.
What does it take for a game to be in the wrecked category for you? Like what drops it down to wrecked?
Like really bad tokenomics and really bad gameplay that I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't touch. Even like I would play once and never again. I think that I will put as wreck. I mean,
Got you. Okay.
I really didn't want to be the bad guy here, so I don't dare to put any games in wreck. But we'll see if we get there. If we get
That's
there. If we ever
Hey,
get
don't worry about being the bad guy. It all falls on me anyways. I'll take all the heat for you. It's okay. I'll take all the
there.
heat for you,
Bet, bet,
YP. Let's go.
bet.
All right. Let's move on. Here's another. This just so happened that kind of Gala games were like kind of back to back. What do you think about Townstar?
All right,
Townstar, have
this
you
is a
played it?
wreck, guys.
What's that?
Wreck.
Going wrecked. I mean, it's. I did not set it up that way. I literally it's just how it went. So tell us why
Yeah,
Townstar is
yeah,
wrecked. I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know why, but
I
you tell us why.
I played that game when it first started. They even had a token back then.
Hmm.
They they totally removed that token
Yep.
like it was nothing. And right now the assets of that game has been steadily going down. And overall, the worst part is the gameplay. It's so repetitive and there's like
Yeah.
nothing much you can do besides that farm and doing certain stuff. There's no player progression. There's a leaderboard, that's all. And the leaderboard used to be play to earn, like you play to compete and to win the tokens. But right
Yeah.
now, with the removal of token, it's just gala tokens right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would probably rather have Gala as versus getting the town token. But I feel you. There's a lot of problems with it. They do say they're going to try and bring it back in some sort of way. I'm skeptical. I think
Yeah,
I think it's not
same.
a good idea. I think
It's
just let it be dead. But
it's very hard. And
yeah,
bro, have you seen the assets? Like, you know how there's like normal farmer voxes and stuff like that,
yeah,
and there's even like animal voxes where you can have cow, chickens, and stuff like that.
yeah,
Those stuff were 1 or 2 Ethereum. Man, it was crazy. To
yeah.
play
That's
a
insane.
game, nah.
No, I'm right there with you. All right, let's move on. Bite City. Bite City.
Ooh, this
This
is
is one that
fun.
I just jumped in recently, and they actually did a really cool customized GIA skin. You can get like a cool GIA robot
Oh,
skin for
really?
sure. Yeah, through our agent
Shit,
program,
I'm jealous.
which is it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. But the game itself is kind of cool too. Have you played Bite City? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I played Byte City recently and did a video. It's a B for me
B. Okay.
because there's some improvements that if they do it, they are definitely gonna be in the A category
Hmm.
because their quality of games is actually pretty dope and there's so many varieties. But the only thing that I didn't like it was the bots. It was like kind
Yeah.
of not that attractive, not that vibrant, but their city is very vibrant. So if they can
Yeah.
change up a few things, I think it's definitely an A.
I agree with you. Me and the agents jumped in last week and we did a little fun play test. And I think the games are cool. I really actually enjoy the games. They're fun. There's multiplayer, so you can jump in. I do, one of my biggest critiques is that they do need to have custom lobbies. I think that's
Hmm.
huge. But I also agree with what you're saying too with the AI. Like they have like, a low powered AI, like extra people who hang out in the lobby. And it does kind
Yeah.
of make it seem like more, like there's more people going on or like more, it's more alive, which I like, but it needs some work for sure. So I agree with you on that one. Okay, what about Stella Fantasy? Have you played Stella Fantasy
Ooh.
at all?
Yeah. It's an A.
Going A, all right,
Yeah.
right out the bat.
My first A. First A of the day,
First
guys.
A, Stella Fantasy. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
have been playing this. And we got a bunch of the agents that are playing Stella Fantasy, and there's actually quite a bit of good earning potential in this game too. They've set it up to where there's a pretty decent loop of how you earning not only the NFT heroes or the characters, but also earning gear and things that you can sell on the marketplace. And the
Yeah.
token has been doing actually okay right now. I mean, it's not doing horrible, but
I think they have a lot of very strong backers, number
mhm.
one, including Animoca being one of the biggest and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But ultimately, the gameplay, the art, I know many people say it as a copy of Genshin Impact, but
yeah,
I personally think that they created their own IP, which is cool. Their actress and actors are pretty decent as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So, yo, I think this game, the fact that they managed to actually release so soon, and this is a launch game by the way. Just the MMO
Mhm.
part is not launched yet, but I think it's very very good. So I enjoy playing it. I spend I think a lot of hours in this game as well. Until today, I'm still playing it on a regular basis, like 3 times a week or something like that. And yeah, I totally agree with you. It's definitely play to own for sure. And you can sell the assets that you actually grinded many hours for,
Mhm.
rather than some of games you actually put in so many hours, but yet you can't sell it or even have it as an NFT to
You get
sell.
nothing. You get
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
zero.
Hero, man. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Okay, I think that's solid. Yeah, I think I think Stellar Fantasy has done a pretty good job so far. I mean, obviously there's more that they need to do, but getting that basic loop down and making something fun, and the graphics look good and the gameplay's not bad. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot there, especially if you love these style like JRPGs or like kind of like anime style. Like you said, kind of it has a Genshin Impact kind of feel to it, but I think you're right. They've done enough to define their own genre or their own style too. Okay, let's talk about Dead Drop. Dead Drop just released a brand
Ooh,
new snapshot. Everyone's been playing it. I've been playing it. Have you played any of it?
I played it. It's a S for me, man. Dead drop. My first S of the day, guys.
Going S
I
tier. What do you love
was
about Dead Drop? Tell us.
Yo, I was literally just watching Dr. Disrespect's stream before I came on. He was playing with Tim the Tatman
Yep.
few days ago. I think the fact that he made this game is already S tier, is already in the S tier. And I know guys, there's so many things that needs to be worked on and stuff like that. But I think in the long run it's gonna be a true S tier game. But
Yeah.
yeah, so many things that I like about Dead Drop is like extraction shooters game that is going up vertical wise, and you can actually loot rare items and put it in your bag. I really hope Slash that one day it's gonna become like NFTs.
I
Then
know,
you can
right? I
sell
can't
it and stuff like
wait.
that.
I can't
And like
wait.
yeah, like what are some of your like rarest item or like your favorite items that you looted?
Dude, the comic books by far are the coolest items. I mean, when you talk about something, even right now, because they don't do anything, but it's just like, oh, they're rare. You find them around the map. They're not always in the same spots. And I think there's 16 of them right now with different covers. And then this one, they even put in the custom art that some fan made, a community made art. They had a contest, and that person got their art as the next cover that was now dropped in the snapshot. So I mean, it's
Wow.
just a really cool thing, and I'm right there with you, man. I would love for those to be collectible NFTs. Like, how cool would that be?
That would be so cool and so rare, and like the people who have the highest skill will be able to get these, and it will be very limited,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, Dead Drop doing big things. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What do you think about Star Atlas? Star Atlas also has had some
Ooh,
pretty good updates here over the
this
last
is
month or two.
A tier for me.
28 here. Okay.
I've been following this game since 2021. Yeah, so it's been 2 years. And the fact that they have made so much progress, I'm so proud of it. But I think they still have so many room to improve for this game. Do
Yeah.
you agree?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot. I mean, you're talking about an expansive space MMO. There's a lot to be done there. There's a lot of work to be done, and so. But I think that I'm right there with you. I think they've done a good job here, progressing over the last 2 years, and having to weather some pretty big storms here. That big Solana storm we had.
Hmm, that
And the
was
FTX storm. So they're still doing it.
yikes.
They're still doing it. So all right, A tier. I think that's pretty solid. All right, here's another one. I don't know if you know this one, but DeFi Kingdoms. Do you know DeFi Kingdoms? Have you played it? Do you know
Oh
it? What's
yeah,
up?
I've been following it. I've been playing it since 2021 as well.
Wow. Okay.
Um, it is a B for me.
Going B. Okay. Huh. That's kind of
Yeah.
surprising. Okay. Tell us why B.
So I'm a very early gamer for this ecosystem. Number one, the reason why I gave it B is because it started as a GameFi. There's no
Yep.
real gameplay and stuff like that. It's just like DeFi gamification of finance, right?
Mhm.
But recently they just announced a PvP, which is a little bit more turn-based, kind of like battle system, combat system for the leaderboards. So I think it's very solid. But at the end of the day, it's a GameFi, right?
Mhm.
So there's not much gameplay for me, not much action, not much skill base and stuff like that. It's all depending on my cards or
Right.
like my heroes, just like Axis or like your other card games, right? So that's the reason why I put B. But nonetheless, this IP is really amazing, so it's a B tier for me.
Keep going. All right. Cool. Cool. Yeah. The DeFi Kingdoms team. I will say I'm not a big fan of the game. but I'm a fan of the team. I like the team members. I see them quite often. I don't know what it is, but but they're good people.
They're everywhere.
They're freaking everywhere, right? That's how I feel about it. But they're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people. Not my game, not my style
They're
game.
very passionate, so that's one of the reasons they deserve to be as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, what about Splinterlands? Arguably, Splinterlands one of the longest. It is the longest running crypto game out there. It's been around for longer than almost any other game that's actively doing it. I mean, there's maybe some engine games that are still kicking the bucket around.
I think B as well.
Going B, okay.
Yeah.
Solid. Do you play? Do you play any Splinterlands?
I didn't really play much, but I know a lot of people. Some of my close friends playing it, so they always tell me about good things about Splinterlands and stuff like that. So, yeah, giving them a B.
Solid. I mean, I might put them in A tier just because of how well they've done with balancing their economy over, the course of 5 years and, being able to expand things. There's things I don't like about Splinterlands too, but I think in general they've done a really good job of and being an example of longevity, right? That's something we don't see a lot of because we just don't have a lot of time with games that have NFTs. So when we get to 10-year mark, that's when you're really going to see, what worked well, what didn't, who was able to stand the test of time. And I feel like Splinterlands might still be around in 10 years.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. All right, this next one. I know you played this. I know you played this game. Grand Saga Unlimited. Where are we going?
SSS.
Going S here. Oh, it's like I didn't know. Like I already didn't know. I didn't already know.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, wow. Bro, I played so many hours. I put so many hours into this game. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. I was trying to grind a bit of it too, man. And I got to a certain point where it was just like, all right.
Yeah. I was playing with all the creators like Brandon Tall, Andy Slaps, so many of them. It's so fun, and because it's made by one of the biggest gaming studio based in South Korea, so they have a lot of experience in Web2 gaming, and it makes so much sense that their game is so good and so well done.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. There have been some critiques though. Some people just think that it's a reskinned, kind of Web 2 of the same game they already had, and this one just has NFTs, and it is very grindy. It's very grindy. But man, the graphics in general are good. The gameplay is pretty good. I have some complaints. You run too damn slow. I mean, everything is just slow. Like, oh my god.
Of course. You need to sit every time you battle something.
Yeah. You got to sit down and like rest for like too long.
Yeah, I totally understand, but they will make the improvements, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's solid. I think I would probably put it in S tier at this point as well. Now it is obviously still in early access. A lot of these games are still in very early access or like Dead Drop is in pre-alpha. I mean, that's how early it is. It's pre-alpha right now. So it's like, sometimes people see the gameplay and they're like, oh, this gameplay, it looks like shit. And I'm like, look, guys, this is a pre-alpha game. I mean, that's kind of what it's supposed to look like now, but it still feels good playing, which is kind of crazy at this stage. And I feel like Grand Saga Unlimited is beyond that for sure. They're a little bit more polished. And so you can see that in the gameplay, in the characters, in the development, in like some of the storyline stuff, and the PvP they have. Which, by the way, I didn't realize I was walking to a PvP zone and I instantly got wrecked. I walked to the portal and some dude just goes pew pew pew, and I was like, what just happened? What was it? Oh,
you
PvP
went inside
zone.
without knowing.
It was fun though. I had a lot of fun.
That's
all
awesome.
Right.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Let's move on to Spider Tanks. What do you think about Spider Tanks? Have you played it? This Gala game? What do you think?
Yes, it's an S tier for me.
Going S. All right.
Yeah. Oof, this game is crazy. It is esports ready. It has a balanced economy, and it's free to play.
Yeah.
And you can play to earn. Like,
it's got everything.
It got everything. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do it.
I would agree with you. I think they've done a great job.
Yeah, like I would avoid play to earn this term. Like, I've been avoiding that for like a year and stuff like that, but there's no better way to describe what Spider Tank has than I'm a free player. I went in and I was earning some tokens and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. No, and that's a good thing about it. You're right. Like it ticks all the boxes. It's free to play. You don't really need to have any crazy blockchain knowledge to get started with it. You know, you can just jump in, start playing, get a tank delegated to you. They're random, obviously. And, you know, if you're good, then you can actually earn. It is skill based, so that's important.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. I think it's great.
the gameplay is amazing as well. It's very
Yeah,
competitive.
yeah, definitely. And they're doing a good job balancing stuff. And you know, with a MOBA like this, there's always balancing that needs to be had. You know, anytime you introduce a new weapon or new tank part or something like that, I think that you know, something they have to constantly be doing. But I think they do a good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about Alluvium? Have you done any Alluvium?
Yeah, I've.
Where are we going with it? What do you think?
Mm,
Sounds like
I'm
you're on the
thinking
fence.
between. I'm thinking between B and C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Gotta
give
go
them
on
a
one.
B. I'll give them a B.
Going B. Ooh, all right, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the world, open world, is amazing. It's very pretty, but there's nothing much you can do.
Yeah.
And auto chess is not really my genre. You know, the
Hmm.
auto battler is not really my genre. But nonetheless, their overall IP, their monsters and stuff like that is pretty cool. So I respect that.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think that they just need a little bit more. I am also not a big fan of like the auto chess or auto battler stuff. You know, it's okay, but
You
it
like
just
action, bro.
yeah, I like action, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm out in the field and I'm playing these auto chess. I'm like, whoa, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Or no? So I feel sometimes, I swear. But Alluvium has something there with kind of bringing all the elements together, and hopefully
Hmm.
with the overworld they can push that and get a little bit more out. So
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too. All right, here's the one we talked about a little bit earlier. You talked about a little bit earlier. What do you think about Parallel and where they're at and what they're doing?
Ooh, I think it's an A for me.
Hey, okay. Tell us about
Yeah.
Parallel and what you think about it.
So their card game is so in depth. There's so many cards and different skills, different classes and stuff like that. That's one. And their entire IP is so well made and
Yeah.
well designed. So that deserves an A itself. And I saw some sneak peek that they are making some open world or something like that, or like some kind of dungeon. I forgot what kind of game like, but it's crazy the graphics. So I'm excited for that. And they recently just dropped their avatar mint and
Mhm.
it sold out like instantly.
Yeah.
So the community is just way too strong, man, and you can't fade it.
No, it's true, man. Parallel has been kicking around for a long time, and you know what they're kind of doing is kind of it's a cool cross between yeah it being a TCG, but then like having composability in like a shooter game, like an open world. It's crazy, man. Like the crossover
Yeah.
there. And I think there's definitely something with that. You know, I'm really liking that direction. And when they started doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, that like really put it
Yeah,
like not that I
it
wasn't
blew
watching it but
everyone's
before,
mind.
but yeah, that was it. I was like, man, that's hot. That's hot. So I'm excited to see them A tier.
100%.
I would agree. I think A tier all the way. I want to see. You know, I'm ready for like full on. I want all the gameplay from them. I want to just play the whole thing and see how they
Same.
connect together. All right. Last but not least. Last but not least. What do you think about My Pet Hooligan? Going S
SSS.
all the way, baby, to the top. Only up.
Hey, you were shoutcasting this while I was playing with Bryson and the rest and Orangey and stuff like that, bro. It was fun. It was fun.
It is fun. It's one of those fun
Mm-hmm.
games, man. That like you know, okay, even if you're not like a Call of Duty type of shooter or like CS:GO or Apex or you know that kind of like real intense style, like this was like it still has some intensity, but doesn't have that same level. I feel it seems more jovial, more fun, and like you know not like always focused on like being the best. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. The music though is crazy. The music in the game is really amazing and it really slaps. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This game is not just fun; it's competitive and it's kind of funny as well because they have so many different kind of guns and you can play
Hmm.
around with it. But ultimately, I think as a 5v5 or 10v10, I think it has a lot of potential in terms of esports ready as well. And this IP is something that's very unique as well. Just like
Yeah.
because we see many NFTs. I'm gonna go to NFT a bit, like pudgy penguins, sappy seals, but right now we have these bunnies, right? All these bunnies that are super cute, and they're not just NFTs; they are actually in game. You can actually use it in game. So that's why I love gaming NFT so much compared to PFP only.
I agree, man. They're doing big things, and they're bringing that same really cool IP to other formats as well, like making movies and shorts and things like that. So I'm bullish on My Pet Hooligan. I think that S tier all the way, man. I'm right there with you.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, there you guys go. We pulled on Yellow Panther here. We put him in the box. We asked him about 15 of the top NFT games where he would rank them in a tier list. We got the tier list. We got the information we need. We didn't have to pull out any nails, no fingernails this time. And he's going back into NPC mode. All right, we're done. This is it. Wrecked. All right, agents, that's all we have for today. Until next time, Secret Agent Stash, over and out.
Secret Agent Stash. Secret Agent Stash.